Hi heroes, I'm Genesis Butler, an activist, a Marvel superhero, a vegan, and a friend to all animals, and I think small actions can lead to big change, so I hope we can make some big changes together. That's why you're all my heroes. Today we're going to talk to Chris Fegan, who is the Chief Executive for Catholic Concern for Animals. Trust me, this video is not what you think. What would Jesus think about factory farming?
But I have no doubt that he would be appalled by factory farming.
Who are you and what do you do?
My name's Chris Fegan. I'm the Chief Executive of Catholic Concern for Animals. We are the body, the organisation that speaks for animals within the Catholic Church. That means not only the Catholic clergy, but all the Catholics throughout the world, which is about 1.5 billion people.
Do you guys talk about the Pope a lot?
The reason we talk about the Pope, particularly, apart from the fact that he's the head of the church, is he wrote this document, which is an encyclical letter that has very, very important policy implications for the Catholic Church. What he says is it's about how we treat the rest of God's creation. And God gives us dominion over the other creatures. That does not mean, the Pope says, that we can do what we want with those creatures. All these creatures, from the smallest little insect to the biggest polar bear, or the fish, or the whale, anything you want to think of, they are all God's creatures, and therefore they must be treated with respect because they belong to God, not to us.
Do you think that's what God wants as well? Does he think God wants everyone in the world to be vegan?
Well, the interesting thing about the Genesis story is that the Garden of Eden was vegetarian. God wanted Adam and Eve to be vegetarian, and he gave them fruit to eat, and the animals lived around them and they weren't there to eat. It's only when God kicked them out of the Garden of Eden, humans became meat eaters.
It was almost when we began sinning, that's when we began eating animals.
Yep, that's right. The first thing, we were cast out of the Garden of Eden.
The animals that we eat, they're not natural animals. That we've taken God's creations and we've manipulated them and modified them, and we've bred them in certain ways that they don't actually resemble the creatures that God created anymore.
That's a very good point. The horrors of factory farming are just unspeakable. Of what we do to animals in factory farms.
Yeah, I believe that we shouldn't kill any beings that live on this planet. What an interesting conversation. I hope you enjoyed it as much as me. Make sure you're subscribed and that you hit the notification bell, and keep watching to see who I talk with next. Bye, heroes.